Let me hear you say ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da. Crazy at this thing called love, just what I've been dreaming of. I can never figure out, oh, how you do the things you do. Is why I'm so in love with you. I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. Is why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. If I met you in another life and you asked me to be your wife, with grace and a smile I say, yeah, always now and forever. You be my one and only lover. Cause I like the way you make me smile. Boy, you give me butterflies. And when I look into your eyes, I'll see the future, me and you. That's why I wrote this song for you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Just want you to know what I think of you. L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Baby, you've got what it takes to make your girl say L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba da.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson Talk Show. As you can see, I have my brother Sam on. He will come on later. I'll bring him on later. But before I start, man, I cannot get over what's happening in Europe. Over 41,000 Europeans dead. People in Turkey and Syria. Oh, Lord, have mercy on their souls. We cannot overlook this. We cannot overshadow it. We cannot ignore it. These are human lives. The tragedies that go on in this country. The people that have come to help. We cannot ignore this. This is a world crisis, and we must keep our eyes on it and pray every day that they find more and more survivors. Let us take a few seconds of silence for those who have passed. May their souls rest in perfect peace. Now, my people, this morning we have some concerns in our community. We must take time to review and evaluate the Liberian society. We're coming into a very crucial time in our history, in our current situation, when the plight of the Liberian people is a major concern, because our future generation is at stake. So we must take time to evaluate our society so we can study it, especially for people, a man like me who is a political scientist. I must evaluate my society to find out what's the issues and problems that are leading us in the direction we're going today. We're coming to have an election. Our people need to be conscious of their plight. But before I start, we just got, let's see this. We just got news on front page Africa that this team, the Margibi Health team, has been replaced because of this incident of them communicating with each other and plotting to steal from the Liberian people. How disgusting. So this was the news yesterday. They were before the House and somebody tried to shut the representative from Mount Gibi down from questioning these people as to the health ministry, as to what was happening with this health team. They shut them down, but we come to see this morning that the Ministry of Health has replaced this whole Mount Gibi health team because they're under investigation. And they sent a new team up there to administer the situation of the health situation in our county. So that's why we are right now. Another situation of concern to us, what happened to the people from District 17 who were arrested yesterday for protesting because they want electricity? We know at some point people say they went out of control. Yes, those things happen. But for the sake of the situation, you can't keep these people in jail. The Liberian people are tired. They are demanding the things that are rightfully theirs. These people are being robbed by people all around them, selling electricity to them. The government got to step in and alleviate their problems. So let me bring Mr. Sam Wicker in. Sam, how you doing?
Good morning, Roy.
Hey, how you doing, my brother? Where are you this morning?
I'm in Monrovia on my way to Margibi.
Yeah. So, what's the situation in the? We're looking at our society this morning. We want to evaluate it. What do you think about the situation of the youth and people in our country coming to this election?
This election is very crucial, very, very crucial, because and very critical to our security. We've got people threatening the peace. That indeed, if this election is tampered with, we'll revert into another war. So people are very careful. And once you talk too much against government, you find yourself in big trouble. Either you're dead or you are beaten up. The new thing in Liberia is when they grab you, they inject you. You go unconscious for days. Like in the case of this Justina Taylor girl, I think she's in the States. She was beaten up allegedly by the city mayor, Jefferson Koji, and his gang. And so people are kind of afraid nowadays to talk. So Liberia security now is fragile, very, very fragile.
So there's Justina issue in the country?
Chestnut Taylor. It was years before the last. They beat her because she was part of CDC, and she left CDC and exposed the ills, in that camp.
We know all of that, but it's just still an issue in Liberia now.
It is an issue. Yes, it is an issue. It is an issue, a serious issue, because when things happen, they refer to what happened with Taylor, and she's not the only person that was beaten, and injected. Just right around the president's house, another guy was flogged last month and injected, only because he said the president got there's a ghetto right behind the president house, a ghetto, where the guys go and smoke the bad guys. So he was beaten and injected. Money teacher too was not far from the president's place. He was armed, robbed, broad daylight, kidnapped, and he
A
was
money
found
changer.
unconscious. Money
Wow.
changer, yeah, broad daylight, he was flogged, and he got missing for like 2 days. When they found him, he was unconscious. What we learned that he was injected. So it's a new wave of punishment nowadays in Liberia. They will beat you
Injection?
and inject you.
Inject you with what?
Injection that would with some substances that would keep you unconscious. You
So
know,
that man that was beating around the president house, you think it was security that did that?
well, we don't know who did it, but it was armed men. They said, man, that's security. Unknown armed men, armed robber, broad daylight. They took his money. When he had just packed around 5 or 6 to go home, and they rushed on him and beat him up, took his money, over 1,000 plus US. That was on Liberian dollars, and they injected him. He went unconscious for days. Up to now, no report of what happened. Every investigation that the president said committee to investigate, they will come out no reports.
So what
Even the
happened?
passport issue, no report. Most of the investigation of set up, no report of running.
So what happened with the president of the Yana Boy Association?
Yeah. So Liberia now is like a junk. The
Huh?
president of the Yana Boy Association.
Yeah,
You mean the president of the Yana Boy Association?
the guy that was killed.
But no, there's no investigation. Those that did it are not being arrested. They always say unknown men, and no investigation will be reported. There's no report. So if they kill you, they will tell you say it's unknown men. They won't arrest you. They won't arrest them. So you gotta be very careful yourself. I told you so
So,
many ago that it's like during the time of the administration.
so what happened with the people from District 17 that you
This
got?
is 17. The people are still in jail. The people are still at the central prison. In fact, the youth are planning another protest to seek the release of their compatriots. And I told you the city mayor, Peter Fan, is deeply involved. He's like an agent for the ruling party here. He always in a military uniform. I can see the mayor always dressed like during the wartime. And these guys, they're gangsters, man. And they torment you and put fear, you terrorize people. How can government terrorize its own citizens? So people are afraid to talk. People are going to hide if someone leaving the country. Gradually, people are leaving the country.
But it's sad.
Fear for their life.
From what you're telling us now, speech and something like that. Is that it?
See that?
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Freedom
People
of
can't
speech.
talk.
The FOI was signed during administration, ratified on we are administration, but it's just a fiasco. The Freedom of Information Act, the freedom of speech, is a fiasco in Liberia. You can't speak freely. I dare you speak freely. You are hunted down.
So
I dare you speak freely.
has the government charged those people from District 17 in jail?
Not yet. No charges. They're still language being barred with all charges.
So how many days has it been?
And we have about 4 days now.
So that's more than
and we have not heard, yeah, more than 72 hours, and we have not heard any human rights group come out to make any statement or to condemn that.
So the
But
people of
the young people of
Bruave have
yeah,
a right
they
to
are
protest.
yeah. What I do know is the youth they are gathering again. They are planning for another protest to seek a release of their friends.
But
Women and children are all behind bars. Women and
those guys
children.
are being in jail for more than 48 hours. This is 4
Yes,
days. This is 4 days now. It's against the constitutional rights. Why
against their right.
is the government keeping those people from Bruave in jail without charging them?
That's the kind of situation in Liberia. The kind of problem we face in Liberia nowadays. Jungle justice.
This is a very example of injustice and violation of the
In,
constitution.
at a very high peak.
You know, you
Very,
keep
very
people in
so.
jail for 4 days, you haven't charged them, and you still got them in jail. They have no legal representation. You don't even know whether you inform them of their Miranda rights. All these kind of things. This is what happening in our country. That's a flagrant violation of the laws. You know, government do these things and we don't
Liberia
have
has gone bad. Liberia has gone bad.
no, but it's terrible, man.
Liberia has gone bad, bro.
People
Yeah, very,
in
very
jail for
terrible.
2 days without charging them, and nobody got to file a report. Power. It's not right.
That's a problem we got in this country. That's a problem we got in this country. The country is not safe for any intellectual no more. It's no safe for any intellectual.
Not only intellectual, it's not safe.
Yeah, because once you want to air your disagreement, it becomes a problem for you. Once you air everything they're doing, you should bow down to it. Everything you do, you say yes, sir. You should not condemn even the mistakes. Don't condemn it. So that's the problem we're facing in this country nowadays.
Before I during this week, Senator Riverside G County as guest. Come on the weekend. So this weekend they have Mr. Yato of River G County. He has done a tremendous job of the assisting his pictures. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So, Sam, do you know Mr. Yato? Emmanuel Yato?
No, I'm not following from River G County.
Yeah.
No, I'm not following his story. I heard of him.
Oh, you heard of him, man? Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'm not following his story.
He's a long-time friend of mine from ULA. He's been very active in the Liberian communities in America.
But he wants to run, right? He wants to run as senator, right?
I think he ran before under Ellen, but he was unsuccessful. Now he's planning another run for River G. And Yato will be my guest on Saturday morning.
Yeah, I heard of him. When they lived down at Johnson when he was living, I heard that guy. Yeah, he came in the states to run. In fact, he wants to replace Communist we said. He wants to replace Communist we said.
Is we said from River G?
Yeah, we said from River G.
You know, because
those are long-time politicians, progressive, long-time progressive.
I saw some pictures from River G with Yato, Emmanuel Yato, and I tell you, man, it's so depressing. You see that man taking motorbike. Driving the places to the crossing the river, man. No ferret, no nothing. These guys' lives are in danger.
Yeah, good. Refugee is very remote. That's a new concept, very remote anyway.
Yes, I was telling you, we need to
Oh.
open this up. Foreign Nigerians in America can invest. We need people to invest in these countries to open them up. Because the government not doing it.
Refugee is very remote, you know, very, very remote.
So where are you right now? Where are you?
See that?
Where are you?
I'm at the parking. I think I'm going Canada. The
Give us,
guy in figure here, so
give us a look around. Let's see the parking area.
no, the parking not real. Like, we somewhere around Virginia. There's a small parking, and you know where we
Let's
picking
see
it
it.
from.
Let's see it.
You can see.
Yeah, go around, go all around. Yes.
Yeah, that's a warehouse. Somebody is traveling, so I'm picking chairs on it. And
And, oh,
as
that's
a
a
as a
parking.
as a relief warehouse, somebody is they're traveling. Yeah, they're packing, you know, to pick up. And so I'm hanging on them.
Wow. So you on your way to
Yeah. So
Maldives?
I'm like asking for, yeah, I'm like asking for lift.
Wow.
Yeah, got no fun to go. Yeah. Huh?
So what is life like over there?
See that?
What is life like over there? The people got how many people surviving over there?
Okay, left look there.
Yes.
Bro, it's hell. You see the group I'm hanging on, so they on a relief supply carrying some vegetables and used clothes to the villages. And you know,
You
yeah,
riding with them?
with with them, yeah. They asked me to route them since I know the area. And you know, I'm asking for lift already. And since they are going to the area, I'm gonna pick a chance. Hopefully, they come late in the evening or tomorrow morning.
So what is that area?
Uh, the German camp area in Give County going towards the Gibi Mountain,
Oh,
another remote area.
you in Margibi already?
No, I said we are leaving to go Give. They are parking soon. I was going to get a pickup. We'll soon pick up.
But what area is that you in?
Virginia.
Oh, that's Virginia.
Yeah,
Wow.
Virginia, yeah. Yeah. The Iron Gate Committee, call it Iron Gate Committee, not far from Lucky.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
What is life like over there? How's
Where we
life?
going?
How's life
Where we are going? Where we are heading to? Yeah.
in the community?
Oh man, things are just difficult all over. Sorry that I could not I could not videotape the group that was fighting for used clothes, man. The crowd was so heavy. People are just hungry and weary. Things are so difficult in the country.
So
Yeah,
they had used clothes over there?
yeah. So, but like tomorrow when I sharing used clothes, I will try to videotape again and show to you how desperate the poor are.
So they buying it, they selling it,
Free of charge, free relief, free. They are giving out free. That's an NGO that are doing it. They call it NGO Humanitarian Aid Society International.
And how
So
often
it's
they do
local
that?
based. They support from Canada. There's a guy they call Foley Brooks. He brought them. Yeah, free. He always comes to library every year to give things free to people.
Yeah, one day you gotta take us
Free,
to
free
these
of charge.
communities,
And I'm
man.
buying it.
One day we gotta go through the communities so we can see these
Yeah,
things
I'll,
and you talk to people. Let's find out.
yeah.
Ah,
I hope and pray that one of these days we'll be doing relief too, man. I hope that one of these days we'll be doing relief. You're gonna put are desperate. They are
oh,
very in need.
and you find out the needs of the people too. So go to
Yeah,
the community one day and talk with the people in the community and find out what the needs are.
that's right.
That
Okay.
then maybe we can help them because everything is not politics. People want to see
It's not politics, yeah.
people want to talk to the community
Social
leader,
services,
find out what they're doing.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
How
So
to,
hopefully I will send a report.
yeah, man, let us know how people surviving in those communities and decide election. How they do it.
Okay,
Okay, have a safe trip.
okay. Thank you, Yaron. Thank you. When I get there, I will call you.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, thank you then.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our correspondent in Liberia, Samuel Walker. He's going to Margibi County, and he just showed us a community in Virginia. The plight of our people is a concern to me. It's a concern to me. I don't need everybody to talk about it. But these things we have to point it out so that our people know the plight of our people is dire, is gloomy. Their future or their futures, because we're talking about many people, are dim. Look at the amount of children we got in Liberia out of school today. Look at the amount of children we have in Liberia who are Zokos. Look at the amount of children in Liberia who are fending for their lives and have nobody to depend on. These things are not supposed to be going on. They're not supposed to be going on. We're supposed to be moving our country and people in a different direction. We as Liberian people, especially us in the diaspora, we're supposed to have a concerted program to help our people in Liberia, but we don't. I've been talking this thing forever. I've been talking it. From the time I was a leader of the Liberian community, from the time I was a leader of EULA, I've been talking it. We cannot stay in this country and talk politics in Liberia. It will not help our country. Our country needs help. The help got to come from a concerted effort of Liberians in the United States of America. That's how we can help our country. But everybody doing things on their own. We have been doing this forever, and we're not going nowhere. We can't help our people like that. Sending money to people in Liberia, individual, is not helping our country. But we can't stop it because every one of us got individual families that we love and care about, that we feel responsible for. So when people come and say, oh, don't send money to Liberia, they don't know what they're talking. Because they mean I got my little nephews and nieces in Liberia. I can't stop sending them money. Those are little children. Who will fend for them? But it's our responsibility as Liberians in the United States of America to change the direction, the mentality, the progress and advancement of our people in Liberia. We can do it. We can do it. But we don't believe in ourselves. I've been talking this thing forever. From the time I was in EULA, I saw EULA as a great foundation for uniting Liberian people. But if the Liberian people did not, our people in EULA and all the things, they don't have visions of how to help our people in Liberia. Everybody go there they for themselves. They don't have no vision of bringing our people together, of uniting our people through progress and advancement here in America. We got to do things for our people here to bring them together. And when our people come together, then we can find the means and mechanisms to help our country. But the way we're doing it now, our country will not grow, our people will not grow, because all of us here in America have no direction. We don't have direction. The Liberian community here is not a viable and strong community as it should be. It's not. Because the people who should be providing leadership in America is just as poor and weak as the people in Liberia. We have the same problem. Look at appointed to Henry Costa them. They came here, they had that thing for Boca. How many people attended that thing? It doesn't matter how much they raised by Cash App and all of that. It doesn't matter. He said, oh, it doesn't matter whether the hall was. It does matter. If you people say you're leader of our community, and you people are in the forefront of our political leadership, then you bring one of the most valuable political leaders in our country, and you cannot galvanize and motivate the Liberian people to turn out in mass to support Boca or even Cummings. Look at Cummings have more supporters there than Boca. So what's going on here? What's going on? We have leadership issues, serious leadership issues. And we can't help our society and our country if we, Liberians in America, are so divided, have no vision for ourselves nor our country. Our people in this country are still suffering. I've been talking this forever as a community leader, but everybody just ignore the fact that we got to be strong in America before Liberia will grow. Liberia will not grow. Many of us came to this country to change our mentality, to change our views of life, to change our vision of our own prosperity. And many of us have forgotten all of that because we find some sort of peace in this country. So we think that that peace that we feel individually will be transported to people in Liberia. We send money. No, it will not. It will not. For Liberia to change, we in the United States of America must demonstrate maturity, must demonstrate understanding of leadership and the foundation upon leadership and communal living. We must live as a community here. We can't raise money. People steal the money. People lie. Look at Costa raising money for himself. Another group raising money for themselves. You don't see no group of community of Liberian people raising money for our community because we can't trust each other. We still do have leaders of integrity and trustworthiness and honesty. We still don't. Everybody come to the leadership of our community organization, come there to enrich themselves. And these are the same people going home to lead Liberia. I told you, they teach us from time immemorial that everything in our community, it doesn't just spring up overnight. It starts from the family, from the household. Just how our family members treat us in the household, that these same family members want to rise to national leadership. You think they will change? They will not change. We who are their family members know their behaviors, know their idiosyncrasies. That means that they evil things that they do, that is secret personal traits. We know them. And many of them know that they're not capable to lead our people. Yeah, we may love them, we may adore them, but if they're not competent to lead us, we can't put them in positions of leadership because we know them from their family. So they come to the national leadership. Then they take that same trait and take it to the international leadership. Look at our people in the community. Look at Stanton. Look at Castle. All these people involved in fraud. They're not the only one. Plenty of Liberians are involved in fraud because that easy money, that quick money, but they get caught. They get disgraced. They get humiliated. They get filled with trouble. Because when you get caught doing those kind of things, you're in trouble. You find no peace. You will not have no peace. The police will hound you. Private people will hound you. Other people will hound you. You will not have no peace. So my job, when I evaluate my society in Liberia, and I see the immaturity, the lack of leadership, the lack of direction, the lost youth in our society today, then I ask myself, how can these people rise up from this state of existence when the leaders of our country are just as bad as these people? Look at the Zokos and things, and look at George Weah. They all making music or be playing guitar and music and dancing. And right now, George Weah making music, we don't even understand the music no more. Okay? He now gone from Mr. Liar Man now to music we can't even understand or appreciate. He's just making music to be making music because he feel he will gain popularity that way. And that's not the kind of leadership for the society that we hope for the future of Liberia. But our society will not change. Why? Because George Weah is a symbol of prosperity, of success to many of our youth. He played international football, something none of us have done. He got about they call the golden boots or whatever they call it. None of us would be able to get that. Those things go to few people who are blessed. Are we blessed like that? We never know. Only time will tell. But this is not the leadership for the future of Liberia. It will bring us nothing. So when I look at my country, I can't go back to Liberia right now because all of us know the level of illiteracy in our country has expanded. Right now, we got over 99.5.5666999% of Liberian people illiterate. Can't read and write. We're just as bad as we were today as we were in the 1960s and 1970s. We might be even worse. How can we account for this? That our nation is gone so low down. Trouble to us. Trouble to us, will you kill me? The country will go down, down, down to nothing. And the country is down, down, down because no matter what George Weah they do, they don't have the aptitude nor the competence and ability to bring our country up. They can't because their vision is not far before them. It's right here. They can't see far more than this. That's the educational level. That's the mental of thinking. We may think it's nothing, but it's something. A man like me, I can sit down here and envision things happening 30 years from now. Some people can't do it. George Weah can't do it. He can't sit down and envision things being built from now to 30 years from now, 40 years from now. They can't. Those are the abilities we get when we become educated. Not only high school education, when we excel to graduate levels, but still we are not lost to common sense. Because some people get educated, they get lost to common sense. You ask them simple things, they can't relate to it. And those are the people that are just as dangerous as the Zokos. Because you get all this education, but you lost. You lost to common sense. You lost to the pride of the people. You are confined to a room. And that education benefits nobody. Whether you sitting down and studying for 4 years in a cubicle, and when you come outside, you can't relate to the real world. Whatever you learn in the cubicle, you cannot transform it from the book to society. That's the greatness of educated leadership. We can not only read the book, but we understand how to take what we read in the book and transform it into real life situation. How do we unite people? How do we motivate people? How do we encourage people to do things that they want to do, that they don't want to do, or they don't know how to do, or they're not inspired to do? How do we motivate these people? Everything can be by money or by lying. No. No, we got to build courage and patriotism and bravery in our people. And it doesn't start when you're 20 years old. It starts for our young children. It starts for us in the diaspora, understanding our responsibility as Liberian patriots in nations out of Liberia. We are the cream of the crop of our society. Most of us are educated in the diaspora. Why can't we come together? Why can't we understand the significance of our building a community of educated, well-minded, money-raising Liberian people? Why we got to be like the people in Liberia and behave like them? Why EULA is not a viable organization raising millions of dollars, not to send leaders to Liberia, but to demonstrate that we are an American organization just like any other American organization, and we have the abilities to raise money, to raise big money, to participate in America's foreign policy and dictate to the Congress, dictate to the American government. Why we can't do that? We sit in this country and behave like useless fools with all the knowledge and education we got, and we fail. The people in Liberia are not failing. We in America are failing. I told the people in EULA this from time immemorial. I told our useless Kesson, I told our useless Wetty, I told those useless fools in EULA, we can build a great organization in this country that will take part in America's foreign policy towards Africa. Why we can't do it? Why we can't do it? We cannot do it because we do not have mature leaders. Everybody want to run home to be president or to be government official or to be some stools to the president. Look at and Kesson, Wetty, all of them, where they behind Borka. They're trying to use Borka. Anthony Kesson, all of them. When they were in EULA, and I went to EULA, we told them we could build this organization to be a great asset to our country. Not only will we raise money from among ourselves, we will do programs to raise millions and millions of dollars. And we're raising money not to make president in Liberia. No. We're raising money to compete in American society. Money talks. Bullshit walks. This is America. You got money, take the fucking back seat. People with money talk in this country. How you go talk for Liberia? You got $2,000 in your account. You can't do that. But just like our country in Liberia, we need a viable leadership in America. We need Liberians who will rise up here to lead our people. Because just like in Liberia, we don't have leadership in America. Look at all of us all over the country. EULA is a damn useless organization. If our chairman or president of EULA, time like this, we're finna raising big money. Big money. Because I don't play around. When I was in EULA, I didn't tolerate that conquer country bullshit. That wasn't my forte. When we organize an organization, understanding leadership, understanding the needs of our people, understanding the concerns of our organization, how can we raise an organization from nothing to something big? Then we'll understand what it is to build a big nation like Liberia. But we don't have that ideal in America. Look at all our educated people, they all over the place. For years, I've been telling them, come together. Why you think I don't join nobody? People invite me to come on the show. I got to come there because they're not talking what I want them to talk. We can't save our country in Liberia when we in America, with all the education, the knowledge, and money, have no leadership. We can't. So before we can go to help Liberia, we must come together in America. And we must understand why it is important that we come together and raise big money and get involved with American politics before we do Liberian politics. Nothing in Liberia, nothing in Liberia where you go into Liberia for George Weah then to beat you up and put you in jail or bullshit. Is that what you go into Liberia for? Educated people, that what we're going to. You go to Liberia, you can't live in Liberia. The conditions are not conducive for civilized living. Look at it, say all the roads in the country bad. Even the road in Monrovia, except for the main 1 or 2 main roads, all the roads in Liberia, you got Jeep, you can't go, you can't take your car there. So what we're going to Liberia to do? We can't help our country. But if we are strategic in the United States of America, if we understand that we must have leadership in this country before we can desire leadership in our nation, Liberia, Liberia will grow overnight. Will grow overnight. But we must find a profound leadership in this country. We must demonstrate that as educated, cream of the crop Liberian people, we can come together. We can form a viable leadership in this nation that will raise serious money, that will be trusted by all Liberian people, that will know your word is your bond and your bond is your word. Will be trustworthy. But until we do that, we cannot assure our people in Liberia that we're ready to lead. We cannot assure our people in Liberia that people coming from America understand leadership, know leadership, and can provide good leadership to our nation. They can't. Right now, Liberians in America cannot provide good leadership for Liberia because they don't know leadership. Look at us in America. We are so separated. We are so divided. We are so backwards amongst ourselves. All the years Eula been here, Eula ain't do nothing good for us because we never had good leaders. How do we start? Where do we start? We must form an organization or organization of Liberians that can cooperate and coordinate with each other to raise big money, to provide leadership for our people in this country. Our leadership must be so profound that we will take part in American politics. We will be able to communicate with Congress and even demand that we have a member in Congress to represent Liberia. Liberia is a part of America. If we are together, we can demand that we have a representative in Congress as an observer for Liberia. But we don't know all these things because we think we're foreigners. But for those of us who are born in this, I wasn't born here, but it's just that I've worked in American institutions for so long. I understand American society. I understand American people. They will not give you some of the things you thinking about it, not even thinking about it. Some American people's lives are so different and far away from racism and all those kind of things. They don't think about those kind of things. And it may make them look selfish. But it seems to happen with Liberian people. Look at those people who are comfortable in our society. They don't care about nothing else. They're comfortable enjoying their lives. That happens to some people. That's why you got to reel them in and say, no, you enjoying, but there are things in this world we need you to pay attention to. And until we do that, those people will never pay attention to those things. But it falls on us. It falls on us to understand how to fight our own battles, how to motivate our own people, how to incite our less fortunate brothers and sisters to rise up to take care of their own interests and their needs. If we can't do that, our country will fail. So I look around Liberian people's society. I've told you this thing from time immemorial. Liberia will never develop except we in the United States of America take a serious approach towards our survival in America and our survival in Liberia. We can't depend on Liberian government to do things to change our country. Our people too corrupt. The whole society corrupt, not just we alone. The whole society corrupt. The whole society backwards. Ignorance and illiteracy has risen so high in our country. It's a threat to our national security. And until we can come to the realization that we as a people in America must understand leadership, we cannot carry leadership to Liberia. And how do we understand leadership? Being able to unite ourselves, being able to find good leadership among ourselves, being able to come together as an organization, not as different organizations, as one organization of millions of Liberians that will raise some serious money, that will have some serious money raising, fundraising programs. And anything we do will raise no less than $1 million. We can do it. We can do it. We just need honest, trustworthy leaders. We can do it. We can bring our people together. We need to find leaders with track record of honesty, of standing up for truth and justice. You need to find a leader with track record than me. I know what I stand for. I know what I believe in. I know that for over 30 or 40 years, I have been in community leadership. So when I take the helm of leadership, I know what it is to lead a community. I know what it is to bring people together, to maintain a sense of honesty, a sense of fairness, a sense of equity, a sense of unity. I know that. I've been in community leadership for 30, 40 years in America. That's why I don't just go to anybody and talk with anybody and join any organization. No, I don't. I don't, because I know the shortfalls of community leadership. I know why our organizations fail time and time again. And I know what is necessary for us to build strong and viable organizations and build good leaders for our nation and communities here. You know, but I can't keep talking. While I'm talking to people who don't believe in nothing, people who don't see nothing, people who don't have interest in nothing, people who, above all, don't believe in shit. It can't happen. So until we are serious about leadership, until we are serious about building our country in Liberia, until we are serious about knowing what it would take for us as a people in the United States of America to come together and change our lives, that will change our country, we struggle. That's why every time I meet my people, I say, Aluta, continua. Because until we get that vision of oneness, of raising big money, of having discipline among ourselves, we will not change our country. Okay? We can listen to Prophet Key, Henry Costa, all of them talk all the politics. It got to start from the United States of America. This is where most Liberians who are educated, far-sighted, and have vision are at this time. We can't leave from here. We are bringing ourselves together. We are raising big money. We are understanding what it means to interfere in America's foreign policy and domestic policy. Then we are not capable of leading Liberia. Look at how many 100,000 of us in this country we can come together to impact America's foreign policy, to impact America's political life. We can do it. We can do it. But we got to have the vision and the leadership to do it. I'm here. I can provide that leadership because I've been in community leadership for 30, 40 years. And my record is clean. My record is clean. I just don't take bullshit. I don't take lies. I don't take deceitfulness. And I know it before it happens. I know it before it happens. And that will make a good leader. Because I will not take they say or yeah say or you say. No. I will know how to evaluate situation for myself and make decisions that will guide the leadership of my community and society. I have been a community leader in Rhode Island for over 30 years. But it's just that when our people don't see the vision, when all the people around me just want to be self-made leaders and not leaders of the community, I can't help my community. I got to step aside because I cannot be in that group. That's not my belief. I went to school too long to maintain my integrity. To maintain my integrity with knowledge. Know what is right and know what is wrong. Know what I can change and what I can't change and know the difference between the two. That one will give you happiness in leadership. That will make good leaders. When our leaders know and understand what it is to cherish the prayer of serenity. Jesus Christ taught us Christians everything. We don't need to go and beg for it. If we listen to our Christian teachings, we'll know everything because he taught us it. The prayer of serenity is the prayer of life. You cannot change the things that you cannot change. And if you don't know that, your life will be miserable. And that's why for us Christians, we are guided by guidelines. You know, we don't just come here and do things haphazardly. We have guidelines. Our prayer of serenity guides us each and every day. Know the things you can change from the things you cannot change. When you know those things, your life becomes easy. Because the things you cannot change, you will not change it. You will not change it. You will not even bother with it. You will look to the more important things that you can change. And maybe those things that you can change will impact the things that you cannot change. Because everything has an equal and opposite reaction. When you change certain things you can change, it will have an equal and opposite reaction on the things you cannot change. That's the mystery of life. That's why we don't force things when you understand your prayer of serenity. That's why you see I don't be on every show people invite me to know, because that does not solve my country's problem. It make me a hooper Joe to be on every show. I don't have to be on every show. I have a show where I can pronounce and propound my own ideals. I don't have to go on show where people will be arguing all the time. I can't say what I want to say. But it behooves us in the United States of America as Liberian people. Let me conclude. Evaluating my society, it behooves Liberian people in the United States of America to understand your plight. If we are as blind and ignorant and backwards as the people in Liberia, our country and our lives will never change. We are the cream of the crop of our people. Why? Because majority of Liberians in America have experienced a different form of lifestyle. We are in an advanced society. And we don't understand that when you come in a foreign country, you must hang like a bat in that country. You must hang with the people. You will never understand how to survive. So we cannot stay in this country. We stay with Liberian people. We see wealth all around us. We see prosperity and leadership all around us. Then we leave all of that and we won't go to Liberia to look for leadership and prosperity. It's asinine. We must build ourselves in this country. We cannot hope for any better pastures until we understand our powers in this country. And that is based on our unity, on our good leadership, on our trustworthiness of each other, and our abilities to rise above impoverishment in this nation. My class is done. The Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson class is done. Aluta continua. The struggle continue. I see you tomorrow morning. Be here or be square. Have a good day, my people.